Versatile Mage. Chapter 382. It's indeed him. The light of dawn gently scattered across the surface of Westlake, shining upon the 9 lightning halberds as the sky lit up. The people could now get a clearer look at the astonishing super magic. The lightning magic had firmly trapped the skyscraping snake. His body was covered with bruises. He looked extremely weak. He still revealed his upper body above the surface of the lake. He would glance at the terrified crowd surrounding the lake at times, and try to break free from the lightning punishment formation. Unfortunately, the formation was extremely solid, and it was impossible for him to barge his way out with his current strength. On the causeway, Tang Yu sat there and kept the Black Totem Snake company. If the Black Totem Snake were to leave the world forever, she wanted to share his last walk with him. The wounds on the Black Totem Snake were spreading. The lightning from the halberds continued to strike at his body and torture him. Finally, the Black Totem Snake seemed to have run out of energy. His body slowly curled up as he rested his head on his body. His eyes closed slowly. "Big guy, are you all right? Please stay with me for a while longer. I'll think of a way to save you." Tang Yu screamed at the beast. The Black Totem Snake opened his heavy eyelids. He glanced at Tang Yu and uttered a soft shriek, as if he were just telling Tang Yu that he was taking a little nap as he was too tired. The wounds on the Black Totem Snake festered badly. The lightning arcs penetrated his skin mercilessly. They would only let him go once he was shattered into pieces. Tang Yu continued to scream at the giant beast to stop him from falling asleep. However, the Black Totem Snake had already shut his eyes, not showing any reaction to her calls. Tang Yu covered her face in her hands, her eyes filled with tears. She stared at the Black Totem Snake, which was slowly being torn apart by the lightning bolts, not knowing if he would fall into a permanent sleep. West Fortress. The sky was bright and clear, embellished with snowy white clouds. It would be a stunning view, without the blood splattering in the sky and flesh being torn apart. The sky above the fortress currently held a giant white storm. It loomed over the vast land and the humans' fortress. With just a glance, it was impossible to tell that the white storm was actually formed by thousands of white magic falcons. Their screams pierced like thunder, their wings formed a white hurricane. Their eyes were filled with hunger, staring at the city full of humans in the distance. Meanwhile, magic spells were howling over the fortress. The colors from a variety of basic spells were blossoming like fireworks in the sky. A strong pungent odor from the destructive elements lingered across the land. A huge number of powerful magicians were battling in the sky among the countless wings and claws. The brilliance of sky palaces being aligned was a spectacular sight. The sky was filled with lines of meteors, each the funeral of a white magic falcon. Feathers and bodies burned into ashes, dyeing the sky a blazing red. A pair of eyes of death was emitting an eerie glow, like it belonged to a grim reaper. As they traveled across the sky, the white magic falcons nearby would turn into lifeless statues, which eventually smashed to pieces on the ground. A shadow elementalist raised his hands high up in the sky, reversing day and night. When he finished casting the spell, the whole area was covered in darkness, rendering the sharp eyes of the white magic falcons useless. A gigantic beast leapt into the sky and infiltrated the darkness. A moment later, cries of agony came out non-stop, as the beast brought a nightmare to the white magic falcons that were trapped inside the darkness. Rays of light arrows produced by plummeting rays penetrated the bodies of the white magic falcons, shooting them down from the sky. The endless basic spells could at most draw a line of defense in the sky above the fortress, preventing the white magic falcons from invading the safe zone. Only the advanced magicians and their advanced magic could deal efficient blows to the invading birds. As the royal guards joined the battle, the white magic falcons found themselves in a rather suppressed battle. Countless numbers of them were killed overnight. Their blood and corpses had given the vast land a scarlet baptism. The ruler-level demon beast seemed to be aware that the strength of their army was not strong enough to break through the humans' defense, so it had chosen to withdraw. As a result, The vast numbers of white magic falcons which were spiraling in the sky like a storm returned to the ridge. However, the situation was still not resolved yet. The demon beasts did not withdraw to their nest, but were resting temporarily in the woods closest to the fortress, waiting to launch their next attack. On a path close to West Fortress, Mo Fan was wearing a combat medic uniform and strutting down the road with Lingling, who was in a nurse outfit. They had received the credentials from Leng King, so they could easily walk past the security. Mo Fan raised his head and saw the flocks of white magic falcons flying into the distance. He glanced at the deformed corpses falling from the sky close to the fortress. The fortress used to be a mix of gray and white, and now it was stained with blood and feathers. The battle was horrifying. How many battle mages were sacrificed to kill so many white magic falcons? Mo Fan did not spend too much time indulging in the sorrow. He followed Leng King's order and tailed the blood serums to the fortress. All they needed to do now was to guard the tree stump and wait for rabbits. As soon as they arrived at the storage area, Mo Fan and Lingling used the disguises and claimed they were here to count and check on the blood serums. Unfortunately, most of the supplies were already distributed. There were only a few boxes left in the storage. "We're a step late," said Lingling. "The battle has just ended. The number of injured is enough to cover a whole field, so the demand for blood serums must be extremely huge. Watch out, someone is coming. They don't look like people from the fortress," said Mo Fan. Lingling quickly shifted her attention towards several figures walking in the direction at a fast pace. "Let's hide." A few men came into the storage in a panic. When they discovered the blood serums had already been taken by the army, they pulled long faces. "What shall we do? These supplies aren't supposed to be used. We should tell Councilman Luo Mian at once. Otherwise, it will be a terrible mess," said Vice Elder of the Magic Court Wang Yi. They soon left hurriedly. Mo Fan and Lingling, who were hiding behind a stack of boxes, captured a crucial piece of information. "Councilman Luo Mian," blurted out Mo Fan in astonishment. "Humph, it's indeed him. My sister has long felt suspicious about him," said Lingling while clenching her teeth. Chapter end. Please guys like, comment, share, and subscribe.